We bought it in January 2011. It was quite run down at that time, but it was still a beautiful building, and we saw the potential with the land it had and the history and its location near Plymouth, but also near Dartmoor, and with our experience of being hoteliers, we decided to move on it. The first challenges were the physical building. We had to do a fair bit of refurbishment. Obviously we had to reinvigorate and rebuild a new team of employees. That's always challenging.
Borringdon, I believe, had gone bust twice in fairly recent history. I think it had a fire which was obviously contributed to its problems. It was turning over about £1 million, and we projected that it was going to make a loss after James had taken it on in the first year of about £250,000. So it wasn't just the buying of Borringdon, but we knew that there had to be a significant amount of investment within it, not just in the development of the rooms, but also in the working capital of the hotel. The biggest challenge was really the overall valuation. We knew that a hotel wasn't valued the same way as a house is based on a multiple of profits. And we also knew that the valuation was going to be based on projections that we were producing. We were also aware that the bank knew that the spend value wasn't going to create the uplift in profit that would necessarily achieve the differential in the values.
In most cases, it's one of the most difficult types of funding to provide. If something's projection-led, there's no guarantee. What we like to have, and what banks generally like to have, is a business with a track record, so they can prove they're generating the cash and the money you're lending them is readily serviceable.
Adam knew that he couldn't just lend all of the money for the spa build, despite having 3 profitable hotels to back it, and had to put a proposal together that allowed the investment to take place.
We had the benefit of a very long-standing customer with a proven track record, who'd developed the 2 hotels in Newquay, improved them, grown them, and we had the confidence in him to back him and support this new project, which is really a very large-scale project. Having known the business from my time in Plymouth, I knew that it was a great facility, but it's also pretty well known that over the years it's been neglected to some extent, and what it needed was a quality operator who was prepared to invest in the facilities and turn what is a beautiful building into a great facility for the area.
We knew that the funding would be tight because it was over a winter period, and we felt that grant funding would be of some use. Obviously it's a tourist-based business. Tourist-based businesses are notoriously difficult to get grant funding for.
We were working in partnership with Plymouth City Council to deliver the Plymouth and South West Peninsula City deal, and the Gain Growth Fund, of which this was one of the awards, was part of that programme. There were targets set by BIS to achieve a certain number of jobs created over the period of the fund in exchange for co-investment from the businesses involved. Why was this attractive? It was perhaps a little bit different to what was already on offer, and I would say that from the perspective of BIS in subsequent rounds to round 4, hospitality and retail wholesale would no longer be able to be supported.
Borringdon Hall is a project that we funded through a significant grant as part of the City Deal partnership, and the partnership was delighted to support Borringdon. This is a very important project for us. I think one of the things when we talk to local businesses, one of the things they tell us about, they need more quality hotels, not only in Plymouth but in the southwest region. That's very important to attract new inward investment and new jobs to the area.